Hello everyone, I am Plankara, and today we're going to continue cutting out this art of Shalom from Path to Nowhere. Last time I finished cutting all the coat, and so now that is finally done. There was quite a lot to this coat, so I'm glad that it's finally done. And today I wanted to do the back hair real quick. So before I decide exactly how all that's gonna look, I want to hide the coat layers and take a look at exactly how much of her hair I'm gonna have to redraw here. Because it's like, if I want the hair to wiggle, I need to know, is it gonna stay like completely behind her back, or is it gonna is it long enough to go to those places? So let me check a few references here, because it's kind of hard to tell on her just regular portrait here. But it looks like her hair is only about like shoulder length, so it probably goes down to about here. Which means it's probably not going to show through here or here. Which tells me that I probably don't really have to draw anything throughout over here. Let me see. She has a skin. Will that skin show how long her hair is? Yeah, it looks like it's fairly short. Not extremely short, but, you know, shoulder length. About as long as it is in the front. And that seems pretty consistent across her art, so yes, I don't think I have to worry about it showing down here. Phew! Okay, that means this is not going to be bad at all. Alright, how exactly do I want to cut this? Oh, I didn't actually realize I included this in the front hair. I mean, I guess it makes sense. I might end up moving it to the back, though. Let me see. What layer is that? Me making decisions about where exactly hair should be going here. Okay, so that's all over there. Ah, I see. That's why I did it like that. Because I needed extra hair on the side here. Okay, that's fair. I'll let that stay over there, then. Okay. Which means the back hair is just going to be, like, through here. And it'll come down here. Okay, and then all the stuff over here. I can see why I made the decision to do it like this, but I wish I didn't. I guess I'll leave it. I'll just grab the right side first. Because this side's gonna be easier to figure out what to do with. Back. Be particular about how I name everything. So this way I can find everything easily. Alright, we're gonna have to hide, like, all the layers for this. Alright, so I'll just start with this side. And I'll figure out where to go from here. Gonna have to be drawn down a little bit, so I'm not being too particular about being overly neat. And I think this is all in the top hair already, right? Yes. So I can cut through here. Some of this is just going to be redrawn, but I'm just letting myself know where that edge is right now. Okay. So I want to redraw some of this before I get too far into just extending it. Let's just figure out what goes where here. That'll make my life a little bit easier in the long run. I'll get some colors down. Get all that redrawn in. Okay. Figure out... Oh! Hello there, Luciana. How are you doing today? Right now, I'm, preparing some art for a, VTuber-style model of, Shalom from Path to Nowhere. Been going at it for a while here, but I'm approaching the end. Definitely feel... Oh. Let me see, I'm guessing that's a program? I'm sorry, I'm not very familiar with collaboration tools. So I don't have anything ready, but I'm certainly up for trying stuff. So what does whiteboard entail? Do I need an account? Is there anything I have to set up? Let's see here. Alright, so I'm trying to get a decent idea of how exactly the hair would look in the back here. It's always a bit tricky when there's large areas that I kind of have to guess on. Let's see, so this is all shadow from the head. This is probably all fair to do like this. And... let's see, let's take a slightly darker color, or maybe I can pull it from the background. Yeah. Pull it from the original. See if I can find the color that's supposed to be there. No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, I'll just use this one then. Should give me something good for here. Yeah. It's looking pretty good. And I think I can just have a big dark area right through here. I don't really like how gray that is though, so let's take a look at my unupscaled copy and see if I can get a better color there. Because yeah, that looks like it got a little bit messed up from the upscaler. Hopefully the color picker's working. I was having some trouble before, but I do have another one prepared if this one continues to have problems for me. Alright. And just based on how the rest of this is looking, I think I'll put another darker spot right here. Just because I think that'll look nice. Blind it out on one side, make it a bit hard on the other side. And I think that's consistent with how this artist often draws things. There we go. And look at some of the lights up in there. I think this is coming together decently. Let's take a look over here again. Yeah, I think I probably want to push this color a little further back. And then probably this color too. Something like this. I feel like I'm simplifying it a little bit too much, but such is the nature of my art style. My art style is very, very simple. And there must be some kind of hole through there. I guess I'll deal with the holes in a little bit. There we go. And just get some of these pieces out of there. So I know that this part up there is from higher up in the hair. I remember cutting that part out when I was trapped in hair hell for all eternity. Alright. It stops here, I guess. And then I'll continue this a little further out here. I guess something like this to start. And then I can think about extending it a little bit after. Let me get the other side of the back hair here. I think I'm also going to take this. And this little part over here. I can see why I attached it to the top hair, though. But I do think that using it again will make my life a little bit simpler for this part as well. So I'll go ahead and do that. Okay. So first things first. We'll cut this part a little bit. Kind of get just the pieces I want. And I'm going to want this. Probably not any of this. This is all stuff that goes over her shoulder, right? Yeah. So I'll want to cut this part out. Alright, we'll start with these pieces. I already know this gray color's wrong, and I already picked up what it should be. I know that because that's something that goes over there. I shouldn't worry about drawing that. Let me pick the color from an upscaled version. Just to make sure I get good colors here. Yeah, it looks like my color picker may not be working so well here. Oh no, it looks like I got it. Okay, good. Perfect. So we'll get these colors in. And I think those are good. I think the ones that are done here will be okay too. Yeah, that looks like it's all correct. Now I'm going to start pushing them this way. Get rid of the parts over the shoulder. Is that supposed to be that blue? Yes. Looking over here. I do believe those colors are correct. Well, I will keep them. I want to paint over all these spots that are going over the shoulder. which unfortunately is a bit more of this than I was hoping. So I'm gonna have to guess on like 90% of this. Ooh, that's gonna be rough. Because yeah, I have to get all this and then I have to fill in the middle here and probably down here. Yeah, probably a little bit further even. Down to coat area. Oh boy. I might end up taking a break partway through this just because it's going to be a thing. But for now, I think I still have some energy in me, so just gonna try to do some basic stuff. Get these basic colors through, the ones that I'm pretty sure are correct. And eventually they kind of meet up like this. So I'll be switching back over to my references every so often. I might want to keep some of this texture in there. Maybe I shouldn't have covered it up quite as thoroughly as I did. Just keep some of these colors in there. It's like I don't quite know how I'm gonna make all this look. I guess it'll probably be something like this. It's like a lot of this is just gonna be covered up, but it's like this is the final stretch here, so I do want to make sure everything looks nice. Yeah, I think I might continue some of the colors from up here. Just use it as a hint. For lack of a better term. Just because I don't know how else I'm supposed to figure out what all that's supposed to look like. So I'll probably be going back and forth between that a lot. Maybe I'll do something like this. I think this is all just like this. Okay. This is looking okay for now. I'm going to want to extend it more under the head and out this way. So this way I can have it sway back and forth a little bit. But it's a start. She has back hair now. Most of it. I think I can keep going. Alright, so let's figure out how to extend this then. But to extend this, I'm going to want to take this color and bring it a little further over here. Not too much, this is a pretty thin strand. Something like that. And then over here, I'm just going to want to take these colors a little further down. A lot further down. Probably down to about... Let's hide the back of the coat for now. About the same length as her shoulders here. Shoulder hair. I'll just drag these colors down. I'm going to want to do something similar on the other side again, but for whatever reason, this occurred to me to do it here first. Here we go. Just pull it all down. All the pretty colors. I don't think that's the right color. There we go. And here I'm not going to worry about making the bottom of it look nice because I don't think it'll ever be seen. I'm just getting it all down. Okay. Now I can do the same thing on this side. Or this probably does something like... Yeah, around here. Just follow the shape. And I need to make this much longer, I think. There we go. This should do it. Because I do have to be prepared for the hair to move, so I need to actually make sure I have it all drawn. Otherwise, it would not be able to move at all. And then that would be sad. And if it tried, there would just be this giant hole where hair should be. Okay, and then it goes like this. Now I am going to want both sides to be connected, probably. And just keep pulling these colors down. At some point I am going to want to bring it all the way across here. And down. Oh, hope I wanted to keep that. Okay. I'm not being super neat yet. I'm going to have to check this against black, I think, just because I get the feeling that there's going to be a ton of holes in this. Once I'm finished just getting everything down. But I gotta start somewhere. And this is as good a place as any. Pull the color down here. We're almost there. I can start extending it underneath the head too. You can see that this color is very similar to this color. This color is a bit darker. Which tells me that I can probably use a combination of these two colors to connect all the way through here. And it looks like I've been going up a little. And then I can go back in and add more colors to make that look nicer as I start drawing it all. Okay, this should be fine. This amount of stuff underneath. I think drawing any more would be excessive. Okay. Start getting some stuff underneath the head here. As I do want to make sure she has hair underneath there. And much like before, I'll just start pulling these back hair colors upward. Try not to mess up anything that I already drew. That I probably already did, but that's okay. That's not the end of the world. Okay. So this should at least tell me all the places I want to make sure have stuff in it. Yeah. So I'll hide the background for a little bit, the original. Not flower. I'm gonna go on a black layer and I'll start filling all this in. Try to get rid of as many of the holes as I can. So this is why I didn't worry too hard about getting all of this right. I just wanted the gist. So that this way I could figure out where the rest was gonna go. Because I knew a lot was coming. I do think I'm still on track to have this all finished this week. So that'll be pretty cool. I'm honestly really excited to take this into the rigging program and show off how all that works. Okay. So now let's zoom in really close here and really get everything looking nice-ish. A lot of this I'm not going to be too worried about, but I just need to get it nice enough that it won't drive me crazy when I start trying to put a mesh on this. It's like, if it's too messy, I will absolutely drive myself crazy. Trying to put a proper art mesh on this. And I think I've mentioned the concept of the art mesh a few times when kind of cleaning things up with things that probably seem completely unnecessary. Considering that they just won't be seen, but so basically what the art mesh does is it's a series of triangles that I'm going to be putting on top of the art here. And they will each have, you know, vertices on them, so the little points. And when I select those points and move them around, the art will deform underneath them. So you could say that the art mesh, the series of triangles I'm going to put on top of the art here, is ultimately what controls how the art will move. So when I'm trying to be relatively neat, I'm doing it this way. I know where to put the triangles. So I can get clean movement. And if I just have weird spots on the art, then it makes it a little bit harder to determine where to put the triangles, and I also have to be looking at all this while I'm rigging. So I like to have it look at least mostly neat, so this way I can tell what everything is, where it's supposed to be, even if I don't have everything else turned on. Because sometimes you gotta turn stuff off in order to fiddle with perspective and stuff like that, and it gets difficult to manage with all of the layers on. This is why if you ever look at work in progress live 2D rigs, like on Twitter or something, you'll often notice when people are doing head turns, they do it with a bald model. Because trying to figure out where the eye should go at the same time as where the hair should go is actually quite hard. And so they'll hide the hair temporarily. That this way they can just focus on the eyes without having this hair that's gonna move, that just doesn't move, and throw off their sense of where everything should go. And so that's why I'm relatively neat with some of these pieces, just so even if it's not necessarily visible, I know roughly where everything is, and even if I turn off layers, I will understand what I'm looking at. It's very, very important. I mean, you've seen how I tend to get lost in the layers here. It happens in the rigging program too, so I do try to be very particular about what's on them and what I'm doing. Alright. Try to fill in as many of these spots as I can find before I start blending. It'll make my life a little bit easier later. And I can't even make a joke about it being future me, because this is going to be, I guess technically future me, but probably, you know, the me in 5 or 10 minutes. However long it takes me to finish drawing all this in. That's not really future me. Future me is like the me of tomorrow. Or next week. Alright. So I've gone most of the way around here. So we should have most of this pretty cleaned up. Just gotta fill in these last couple of little holes here. There we go. Couple little holes here and here. But it looks like I got most of them. I'm not too worried about things being a little bit lumpy down here. Like if this was art that I was using for anything else or an area that I thought would be seen more, I'd be a little bit more particular about that, but this is honestly fine. Okay. So now I can lock this and turn the background on so this way I can kind of go back and forth and get an idea of where to put some colors and stuff. For now, I'm just going to start blending out what I already drew. This dark area was hard on one side and soft on the other. Let's get the hard part in, and then we'll make it soft. I'm just picking a random spot and getting started. And that's just how things go. It's like I'm gonna have to go over all of it eventually, so it doesn't always matter too much where I start, as long as I start. So I just do what I can to make a decision quickly, and then go in there and just start drawing. Okay. This is where things get tricky, because it's like, over here was pretty easy to read. Right over here is pretty easy to read too, so I guess I'll start it there. I think this is actually supposed to be a line, not quite so. Oh no, it's not. That wasn't a line, that was just the edge of the hair. Well, I can make this as big as I want. Because I'm only using the other parts of the front hair as kind of a hint. Just an idea of how a lot of this should look. Maybe not like that. Right. Because it kind of had that nice gradient. Yeah, there's blue at the top here and then kind of went into the pink. And I kind of want to keep that. This, on the other hand, is definitely a line. So I need to be a little bit more particular to recapture the lininess of it. And you can see here's a line too. So I'm going to go in and make that thinner. I'm not used to using brushes this tiny. So it's like even though I upscaled it, this canvas is still significantly smaller than what I normally work with. I like the larger canvases because not only can I scale them down easily, but I can also, like, how to describe it? It's easier just to zoom in on areas and get everything looking right. I can use more properly sized brushes. I don't have to press as hard on areas where I'm using brushes with the size jitter, for example. I can pick a brush that's like several times the size that I need and just press lightly to make it smaller instead of size of the brush and all that stuff. That's why I say I'm not 100% sure how to describe why the larger canvas is nice, but I do miss it. Just have everything in the shadow kind of go into this color. That's why I can just leave the most of the area back there that color. Make my life a bit simple. I do like making my life simple where I can. Okay. So at this point I got a lot of the basics done. I've just got this big, like, swash of gray and random colors out over here. So let's take a look. The original here, see if I can't get some clues as to what I should be looking at down here. Looks like the original artist uses this kind of red color down here. Or kind of a reddish color for the shadows and the hair. Over here, yeah, you can see it's still a bit red. So how does this artist handle areas of just like, or it's normally just like a solid color? Because I feel like there's a lot of little, like, subtle color changes even in places that don't necessarily have that much. Like even down here you can see there's lots of little colors in the folds of the shirt. The skirt just uses a gradient and occasional folds. Same with the coat. So I could probably just use some kind of gradient. Make it darker at the bottom here. Maybe use this color at the bottom. Let's see. Maybe something like that. Yeah, I think that looks okay. I don't want to do that yet, but I think I might do something like that near the end. But I do feel like I should have a couple more colors in there for the strands. Alright. I have some ideas, so let's get started. Let's just start drawing. In the end, nothing will get done until I put my pencil down. I can make as many decisions in my head as I want, but nothing's gonna happen until my stylus touches my tablet. I'm just gonna use this color because I'm pretty sure that they're the same here. Or close enough. See here, I just feel like I'm simplifying everything too much in order for it to really feel like this artist's style. And this is just something I've been worrying about constantly. And so I kind of feel like I have to just figure out how to put in some more subtle color changes. But I'm not quite sure how they do that in their process. My way of doing things uses as few colors as possible. Like, literally. I do try to use very, very few colors. Alright, well, let's get these colors in. Little hole I missed. I'll start with the ones that I know that exist. And I'll worry about expanding from there. kind of want these to connect it up here. I think that's roughly how it looked up there. Oh no, it was more like this. This little guy being like this, I think. Yeah, a bit more like this. A little flatter. There we go. Yeah, that seems about right though. Fortunately, it looks like this artist didn't draw the back hair very detailed. So I can probably get away with just very simple color changes and not too much texture. In fact, I'm probably worrying way too much, but I can't help it. I just want everything to look nice. I definitely want to respect the original artist's intentions and work. Because it's such a pretty picture. And I'm very happy to be working with it. I guess this is probably fine. I'll just preserve some of these colors down here. Have it kinda... I'll zoom out a bit again. I don't know, maybe be a little bit like this. Where they kind of go between some of these other colors. And I kind of get to make up whatever I want here, so I'll have a dark spot down here. I'll have this kind of rise up into here. And I'll pull it down as needed as I go a little further. Okay. How's this looking compared to here? Pretty good, I think. Yeah, I think it should be fine. I can afford to keep it just fairly low contrast. The original artist did that as well, so... It's like this is just back hair. It's covered up. So I don't need to worry about it too much. Just enough to make it all look nice. And there we go. Okay, and there's a little bit of a hole right here, so I'll cover that up. But yeah, I think this is honestly enough for this area. I was worried, but nah, now that I look at it, I think it's fine. I think I'm just overestimating how many subtle little details the original artist put in. Because, like, there are definitely a lot, but now that I look really closely at the back hair in particular, it's actually pretty simple. Not quite as simple as how I would do it. But it's hard to get simpler than how I would do it. Alright. I think that's good. Let me see with the head on. Yeah. the head-on compared to... Oh, huh, that line doesn't go that far. Okay, I should actually fix that. I'm looking at this little line right here. Let's see. Actually, I think that's because that's part of the front hair. And so I extended it upward. Okay, nope, this is fine. Don't worry about it, Self. It's fine. Alright. Look at some of this down here. Got this nice little pink. I think I want this soft little pink to fade into the gray a little bit. There we go. And we'll go down and make this line-like. Then I'll go back and redraw the line to smooth it all out. Okay. Get that nice dark color. And now we'll just fix up this line. There we go. Let's get some nice texture right through here. Just match up everything, and then I can fade it all out at the top there. I don't think I'm going to be too particular here. Just enough to make it look nice and interesting. There we are. I think that's good. Just kind of carve into everything around here. Make sure everything tapers reasonably. That it looks okay. And this all on up here. Oh, I accidentally switched to the other image I've been working on in my spare time. And sometimes, even once stream ends, I still want to draw, but I want to make sure to keep all this stuff on camera, so I just draw something else. That is a hole right there. Fill that on in. Let this kind of come down here and match up with all of this other stuff going on. Okay, that's probably fine. Yep, I think that's okay. I don't think I need to be any more particular than that. Just blend this away a little bit more. Okay. I'm trying not to get too caught up in the details here, because it's like I could definitely spend hours rendering this to the same quality that I would the front hair or any of that stuff, but I don't think there's any point. I'm not sure how much of this is even going to be seen. I just need to make sure it's enough that when people look at it, it looks correct to them. So nobody's going to be focusing on these little tiny areas in the back hair. It's just not how this works. And if I need to make it more, I don't know, nice, more particular, I can do that once I make the rig. It's not too hard to edit textures, so I doubt it'll be an issue. So I'm going to treat it like it's not going to be an issue until the world proves it to me otherwise. Perfect. Okay, well that wasn't as hard as I feared it might be. I'll have a little bit at the side here, but otherwise I think this is okay. Okay, let's just get this little line looking good. And I think that might be the last thing I really have to do. And then I'll turn all the layers back on. And we can take a look. And take a look to see if I got it all correct. I'm just trying not to get too lazy on this last little bit. It can be easy to just want to be, but I want to be done. And just not do as good of work right at the final stretch. You gotta persevere, brain. It's okay. You'll be done when you're done. You'll be done when you're done. No need to rush. Just keep going. And make sure that everything looks just as great. In the final stretch. There we go. Let's turn on some layers. Definitely doesn't look exactly the same as the original. I probably do want to put some of these colors back. Oh, I have the... Oh, it turned off in the body. Let's turn that back on. Okay. Yeah, I feel like... Oh, that isn't actually part of the top hair. I thought it was. Do I have it turned off? Do I have hair layers turned off somewhere? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. A couple of things we need to fix. I can do that. So I'll do that thing where I lower opacity and grab some colors and try to put them where they were when I feel like I've lost something important. And then let me see if I can get a good color over here on my unupscaled version. So I feel like that color got a little bit grayed in the upscale. So let's see, is there anything else I'm unhappy with? I think I want to change the way this part comes down. Let's lower the opacity a bit, and we'll send it down here. Still gonna have to smooth it all out in the end, but I think it's looking a little bit better. And let's see, this light part here kinda does this. But otherwise, I think it's doing alright. Let's send this a little bit more down here. And right here looks like it should be a little bit darker. But I think otherwise the shape is right. Okay. I think that's a little bit better, so let's hide everything again. And then I'll go in and blend these new colors I just put in. Make all of them nice. Maybe something like this. Always a little bit unfortunate when I have to do stuff like that, but it's okay. It really is. I can go back and fix it. It's not a big deal at all. It's not even that much extra work. We'll get this going down here. Just gotta make this edge look nice. Oh, and it looks like we have a hole too. Right there. Okay. Well, there's that little bit done. And then there was this line that I lost. Let's get him back. Right at the edge here. We'll just send him all the way down. And another one actually, like, right here. Pressing very, very hard on the tablet to limit the amount of blurring. So I don't want this to be a soft line, I want it to be a hard line. Okay. And then right here. That's covered, so I get to kind of do what I want right here. That's too much. There we go. Perfect. I think that's beautiful. Okay. And we can turn layers back on again. Looks like I covered up a little bit too much over here. Or maybe I didn't, because that's definitely not the right color. So that might just be what I'm seeing. But I will try to pull a little bit of this back in. Alright, layers off again. And we'll just give a few of these light spots. Just making sure everything matches up. Okay, that should be good. Something like this, I think, is fine. Oh, this part went too far down. Yeah, that's definitely not supposed to be that dark. More like this. Alright. Layers off again. Hopefully for the last time. Hole. Gotta cover that hole. There we go. And I'll just keep going back and forth until I'm satisfied. Mine is a little bit more defined in a lot of areas, but that's pretty normal. It looks like I have a little bit too much back hair over here. Okay. Layers off over there. And the background layer off too, just so I can smooth everything out over here in a way that I understand. There we go. That should be good. Yeah, and I think this is looking all right. Looks somewhat like the original. Probably about as close as I can manage with this amount of guesswork I have to do here. I still feel like the original artist would have left it a little bit messier with more colors, but I'm not quite sure how to replicate that. This might just be the limit of what I can do. I think it's not bad. Yeah. So I'll call that good for back hair. I was thinking about doing a swirl next, but I don't think I want to do anything that complicated right now, so let's go do some skirt redrawing for a bit before it's time for me to go. I'm glad I got the back hair done. Alright, where's my skirt layer? Here we are. Yes, that's right, I hadn't completely finished cutting out the belt yet because I wanted to redraw some of that, and I don't think I'm feeling up for that right now, so we'll do some lower body stuff. Maybe edit out those zippers. Let's hide the stuff I have cut out. Okay. So on the original skirt layer, I know that I need to cut out these zipper parts and the belt. None of that seems too hard. So let's go ahead and just do that real quick. I'm a little bit sad. I don't think I'm going to be able to completely replicate this texture on her dress. I'm not sure how to do that kind of thing in Krita. I know exactly how I do it in Photoshop, but I assume Krita has a similar tool. I wonder. Colorize mask. Smart patch. That might do it. See if I can't get that texture in there. Because I'm like, I know this program isn't trying to be a Photoshop alternative. It's a drawing program, not a photo manipulation tool. And I was like, it's gotta have something similar to that, right? Alright, and I can start cutting out stuff from this lower area. So that's something I'll have to do eventually too. I'm not quite sure how to handle this yet, so I'm not going to worry about it. My future self can make that decision when her brain is feeling a little bit better and hadn't just spent a bunch of, like an hour redrawing back hair. Get the easier parts first, and then I'll go through and make sure it's all very clean. There we go. Actually, I'm not sure. How did I draw that? Cut it on this side? Let me double check. Where is it? Right here. Let me just... Oop. That should make it a little bit easier on me to figure out what I did and didn't do there. Okay. So there I just selected the one that I had cut out, and then I hit the delete key to clear all the pixels on the original skirt layer. This way I didn't have to guess. Alright. So where do I have the flippy? I have flippy like this. Okay. So I probably want everything from like here cut out. Yes. Like there'd be a little bit of overlap, but there should be fine for now. I will leave it like that. Maybe a little bit like this. Just kind of have it taper off. And then I can round around here. This is probably a little bit more effort than I need to be putting into this part, but like I said, I want some stuff to look nice so I can figure out how to mesh it nice and easily when the time comes. It looks like I might have been a little bit too messy around here, so now I'm going to have to redraw some lines. Deeply unfortunate. That's okay. I can do that real quick. It's not too hard. Let me take a look at the original there, see what I'm actually drawing here. Yeah, it is a thick line because I guess it's supposed to be like a shadow. That makes sense. This is all correct. But it's okay. It's good to double check. Really make sure you know what you're doing. And you're cutting all this into pieces. It can get surprisingly tricky to keep track of where everything is and what everything is when you're just... only like half of it is there. Alright. I'll finish cutting out this side. Make it nice and neat. Make sure all those lower skirt pieces are completely gone from this layer. As it should be. They have their own homes now. Their own layers where they can do what they want. They are free. Okay. Now, we just do this. This shadow here, I'll probably edit out here and separate later. Definitely later. 'Cause I do like the way that shadow looks, so I kind of want to keep it. And then I'll just extend the color a little bit. Alright, we'll leave that there for now. I don't think I have much more in me today. That's alright. Look at this part, edit it out, and then I'll see if I can replicate this texture nicely. And if I can't, I'll look up for some tutorials on how to do that off stream, and you guys can see the results. We'll just worry about the zipper part right now. I'm feeling ambitious, maybe I'll edit out the pockets too. Okay. And look, it's already almost gone. And just blend in those spots a little bit. And then once those spots are blended in, I'll see about the texture. Thinking 7 steps ahead here. I have a bad habit of doing that. Sometimes it serves me well, but sometimes it can be a little bit distracting. Because I prepare for stuff like way farther in the future than I need to. And also people never have any idea what I'm talking about. I've already worked through like 5 of the steps that you're thinking about. I'm way over here for when we've already done all that stuff. It can definitely get a bit confusing for people. Okay. Like I said, I'll worry about that part later. Let's blend this. Get my nice brush here. I do love Krita's airbrush. I've said this several times, but every time I use it, it just feels so nice. This airbrush is basically the reason I was content to switch over to this program from Photoshop. It's like I just kind of decided to try it out on a whim, because I didn't like a lot of Adobe's policies. And then I experienced this brush, and I'm like, wow, this soft brush is so much better than Photoshop's, or what I want to use it for. And so I kept it. And I've had 0 regrets. I like this little program. It's a great little program. I definitely encourage people to use open source software, especially free and open source software, whenever they can. They tend to treat the people that actually use the software better than a lot of commercial software does, which is very surprising to me. Okay. Let's go ahead and try, see if I can replicate this texture here. Okay. Maybe not. Okay, so that's something else. Or maybe I just have to... Colorize mask. Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to look up a tutorial, because this does not seem to be what I want it to be. Oh no, it is. Okay, perfect. Get some of that texture back in here. Let's see. How am I gonna do this? I think I understand how it's working, but it's not quite doing what I was hoping. Okay. I might see if Krita has a good way of doing this, or maybe I can do something like... Let's do one more test. I'm gonna grab a spot from over here. I'm gonna put it over here. Something like this might work. Guess first I should, not what I meant to do. I must have merged something badly. Okay. This should be fine. Then I'll brush off the edge a little bit. Okay, cool. I think this is doing what I want it to do. Let me just... Here we go. And from there, I'm going to try to color match a little bit better than this. But it looks like I'll at least be able to keep the texture. Good. I was worried about that. I thought I was going to lose it. Okay. And let me just make sure that all these are clear. Merge them all down. That's why I don't have a bunch of extra layers here. And we'll make them a little bit later. Let's see, is that basically how I want it? More or less, I think it's close enough. Okay, so I have mostly preserved the texture. Some of it isn't there anymore, but I think it's probably about as good as I can manage. Okay. So I guess I'll go blend in the other side real quick. And I think that will be the last thing I do for today. Just get this all in there, and then I'll put the texture back and do all that stuff again. But now that the experiment is done and I know roughly what I want to do to preserve the texture, I should just be able to do it. these colors on out here. And we'll head on down. And look, all the edges are just going away so nice and easy for me. Even without the texture mimic. Always nice when that happens. Better lock the layer around here. And so on all this, I'll take out the rest of the zipper once I take out this belt. Oh, that's a little bit more than my brain wants to do today after drawing all that back hair. That's okay. My brain should be fresh and ready to go tomorrow. Although tomorrow I'm not going to be doing the skirt, I'm probably going to be doing shawl. Or is it squirrel? I don't know. I'm sure she said it out loud at one point, but I just can't remember. Alright. Getting in there. I think that's a good representation of that little fold. And then right through there. Okay. I think that's those zippers gone. So let me grab a little bit from here. Bring it on over. Wonder if there's a better blend mode I could be using here. That actually looks pretty good. We'll do that. Just need to make it a little bit lighter. Let's see here. I'm just going to start merging it down as I go. Make my life a bit simpler. And just bring it all on down here. It's not showing down here though. So I'm gonna need to do another one. Yeah, it's not really showing anywhere through here at all. So let's pick a different one. Maybe soft light works better here. Yeah, I think so. Oh no, I need to erase the edges before I duplicate this. Here we go. Okay. And then I want to merge all of these together. Oh. Okay, this is gonna get a little messy, isn't it? Nope. I could be able to merge this down, because if I can't, then I can't use this method. Okay, now this works. Okay. Although, no, I can't do that yet. I have to... Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay. So I'll have to layer all the layers. I just want to make sure that I don't have to clean the edge there. I might still have to. A little bit might have seeped out through here. But it looks like it's doing good. So I think that's going to be all for today. Let's go turn the layers back on. Starting from the very bottom. Because there are quite a lot of layers here. But it's almost done. Honestly, I can hardly believe how close I'm getting to finishing all this. Alright. There we go. Just like most of that is cut and redrawn now. Alright, so thank you all for coming. If you'd like me to look at your own creative projects, whether that be art, writing, coding, game design, you know, any creative pursuit you can think of, feel free to message me on Twitter or Instagram and I'll take a look. Maybe leave some comments. I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.